Okay, so at current, I'm working on a small supplemental vid to bring to public viewing. Just something to break up the monotony of what's been happening recently. But while I'm working on that, there's something that I really need to get off my chest. I'm about to mention a specific username on here, but before I do, I need to make this very clear. I don't want any pursuit on this person as if they've done anything wrong here. I'm not presuming anyone will do so, but I just want to make sure about this. Anyway, I can't remember the specific username on here, but on DeviantArt, I believe the person's name was Fluffbun. I hope I got that right. This is a personal response to this person if they ever get to see this. I mean, I've already gone as far with personally addressing you as I have, so... There was a particular exchange between us recently that ended very, very poorly, and that is entirely due to me, as I'm sure you're aware. I'm not about to make excuses like this stuff is a shield that can actually protect me. But I am taking the time to explain myself properly because you honestly deserve that after the treatment you've got from me. I watched I Hate Everything's video recently about his accounts on anxiety, and there is one thing in particular that I would like to actually mention about that. It's what he said about a comment catching you at the wrong time. That would indeed be the case for what happened between us, but I want you to understand that rather than catching me at a bad time, this kind of comment caught me at the worst time. No joke here. I say without a trace of irony that my guard wasn't just down at that particular point, it was gone. But one very important fundamental reason that still doesn't excuse me from these actions is the fact that you didn't even begin to tear into me like I tore into you. I know you responded, and what I am about to admit here makes me possibly the biggest coward that I know right now. It makes me absolutely ashamed to admit this even now, but this is how it happened, and I'm not going to deny it. You responded privately on DeviantArt after going through the response I gave you, and the fact that I was stupid, selfish, and weaselly enough to delete those further messages before even reading them means this is another reason why I am absolutely not excused from my recent actions. Upon hearing this, I understand completely if you are thoroughly annoyed or just outright angry at this. You have every right to be, and so does anyone else who happens to come across this. The thing is, the last 2 weeks has got to be the single most intense episode I've ever had of this in my life. I'm really not kidding here, this is the worst I have ever been. And wherever I am emotionally right now, any improvement is an improvement I greatly welcome. As my perspective has come back to me, so has my need to atone for some of the disgusting ways I have acted recently. This is me trying to atone. I don't expect you to accept this, and that's perfectly okay, because you have every right to be angry to the point of refusing to forgive any of the things I have said. I try and think back to specifically what the hell was going through my head at that exact second, and either my brain blocks it out because I don't want to remember, or I just can't remember because it's so difficult to fathom. Either way, this is how I want people to know me. As a coherent and reasonable individual, not an angry, shambling wreck. I've already mentioned this a few times before, but it's almost as if I've come out of a very dark cave on a very sunny day. Or as a friend of mine described it perfectly, it's like I've hit the reset button. I will not be deleting those videos either, because that would be hiding from what I've done. This is the ugliest and weakest side of me, and I was hoping that nobody would ever get to see this. But it's happened now, and after how cringy my behavior has been, I might as well at least try to show that I am on the mend, in some form or another. Like I said, I really don't expect this apology to just make things right, but I hope it at least shows that I am willing to atone for some of the things that I have done recently. So, to Fluffbun, I really do hope I got that right. I'm not begging for forgiveness, since I do not expect it, but please know that I am sorry for the vulgar display I have given you. And indeed, the same vulgar display that is available for everybody to view.